Jeff.
That's me.
Frakes.
That is also me.
Mahogany.
Dongle.
Terrence.
I am an imposter.
Haha. You didn't laugh at Dongle that time.
That's because I have self-control. Ask anyone.
He was too busy trying to think of something to say.
All right.
Well, me, Toker.
Yeah, we know.
Our real life Dongle.
What?
I plug myself into things to make them do stuff. Isn't that the scientific definition of a dongle? A thing
don't know
that plugs in a thing to make it do stuff?
Dongle has a scientific.
So? Yeah, I don't know if it's scientific definition, but
I thought the name was just some goofy name people gave it, and it just kind of stuck. Am I wrong? I don't know. Techno people are weird.
Comment below.
It's not quite as goofy as the spinning circle waiting loading name for that little application.
I feel like I should know this.
yeah.
It's called the Throbber.
Yep.
That's right. The Throbber.
That's
I'm gonna write that one down. That's a good supervillain name.
Oh, yeah. His power is to make you wait for things you want.
It sounds like a porn star.
Hey, you can be a super porn villain.
Stanley Throbber.
Stanley Throbber.
If you go with Marvel, though, it has to be like Tad Throbber, right?
Yeah,
Last name?
Theodore Throbber.
Theodore Throbber.
You gotta use the alliteration.
I'm Theodore Throbber. You shall wait for these nachos.
Thrust Throbber?
No, that's a porn name.
Yeah.
Oh, is that not what we're doing? Sorry.
No, we're doing superhero alias. Never mind.
I know his work.
I'm quite familiar with your output.
It's a man who knows how to make content.
Hot, sticky content. And speaking of, welcome once again, everyone, to Razor the Lark presents World's Most Available Heroes, Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition campaign. Brought to you by the good people at Homebrew Detritus LLC. That's us.
Still, it's still us. Yep.
3 full years. 4 full. 3 or 4 years.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember when the last time I had COVID.
2020. We started in August of 2020, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, 4 full years now.
Ay. Feels longer. No, I'm kidding.
We've started 8 campaigns and finished 1. You know, like a real D&D group.
We're the best.
Around.
We're never gonna keep it down.
Have we done eight ourselves?
No. We did the evil campaign into the good campaign into Starfinder, and that concluded. So
Yeah, I consider all that one campaign.
That was all like 3 that merged into one climactic ending. And then we finished our Pathfinder 1st Edition homebrew, and shit, we bailed on
5th Ed.
Yeah, I re-listened to some of those not too long ago. I miss that setting. I do not miss that math.
Yeah. I would love to play that setting again with Pathfinder 2e.
Well, maybe I'll whip it up again for later. I have my notes still. You just gotta scratch.
It was a really cool. I forgot how much I enjoyed the setting, and then we got into episodes where I was like, I remember how much I hated playing a cleric, as opposed to I love playing cleric in Pathfinder. I hated it in D&D.
Oh, and 2nd edition cleric, super fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like him.
Okay. Yeah, it looks fun.
Once you get past like level 2, it's so much better.
Well, I think that's every system is built like this.
Hence why we start with 3.
Yeah, level 1 is there just to weed out people you don't want playing.
I feel like level 1 and 2 should be what you base your backstory around. That might be a fun way to look at it, right? Like, because starting at level 1, you're like, hey, I just walked out of the college where I learned to do wizard stuff. Oh, so you still suck at being a wizard? Yep.
I'm a novice. I have potential.
I was thrown out. They revoked my medical license.
I have dire ambitions, they said.
Yeah. They called me a danger to society. So now I'm out here doing self-study.
You mean grave robbing? Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, I will say this. I'm back in the mood for going back to fantasy again.
yeah. I don't know if it's... At what point does grave robbery become archaeology?
When you give it to the country it belongs to.
When there's no longer any relatives, that no known relatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not a World Heritage Site. At any rate. So yes, welcome to World's Most Available Heroes. Last time we played, we were doing a little bit of Halloween fun. So let's pick up with a brief coda from there.
Or we're going to start our Thanksgiving themed.
No, I'm not doing.
Let's go hunt some turkeys.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a Thanksgiving thing on paper.
There is a Savage Worlds Turkeys in the Mist. Did Noob run that one for us once?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was
It was the Trailer Park
It was
Shark
the
Attack.
yeah, and he just reskinned it as turkeys.
Oh, but they have an actual module
There's
called
chickens in the mist.
Chickens in the Mist. Okay.
Some sort of edible fowl.
Yeah.
Chickens are inherently funnier than turkeys, I think. Like just
Side by side, you might change your opinion.
no. I mean the words, like the word
Oh.
chicken versus the word turkey.
Well,
Okay.
chicken connotates cowardice. Turkey connotates jiveness.
Yeah, asshat. Oh, look at this turkey trying to explain shit. All right. Late night, or rather early morning in the Drake Mansion. November 1st, 2030. Everyone has turned in for the most part. Those who partied late and passed out. Those who had to go sit in recharge stations are doing that. And those who just sleep, the sleep of the just, or at least the victorious, are doing that. Except for one person. A small green boy sits on the steps in the darkness of the Drake Manor, waiting. He's wearing a jean jacket. His face is slightly sticky from eating too much candy. And he keeps looking at a smartphone, which lights up his green face into whatever he happens to be looking at. And then finally, there's a sort of a pop sound. He looks up and sees a swirling purple vortex in front of him. He stands up, says, finally. And then a duffel bag shoots out of the portal, knocking him down. The portal closes. Son of a bitch, he says. Days later, or the next day, Bubblegum, you wake up to the sound of snoring in your room.
WHY.
It's coming from the foot of your bed, and when you look down at the end of it, you see the Goblin Prince, Grack, sleeping at the foot of your bed on top of a duffel bag.
She's gonna reach out with her foot and give him a little kick and tell him, hey, there are rooms on rooms on rooms in this place.
All right, the Goblin child tumbles off and like wakes up to the start and says, I believe it's customary for a servant to sleep at the foot of its mistress's bed.
Absolutely not.
Fine. And he wanders out.
He wanders into the closet, stares at you as he closes the door.
Oh yeah, she's gonna like she'll get up and get him settled into a room. She wants him to feel at home here.
He
As
looks
much as
around.
he's here by force. But
He looks around and says, "Is this what humans call luxury?"
No. This is not what humans call luxury. This is a standard room, but it'll do.
Before you leave, he tells you the 3 rules of his servitude. 1, you have but to speak his name and he will appear. 2, he is to be given the customary saucer of milk and bread at the end of the night. At the end of the night.
No salt?
3.
Is that what you want to eat?
I assumed you were going to feed me something. I'm just making sure it's part of the contract.
Do you need this milk saucer? Is this as well as your regular normal food?
He shrugged and says, I was gonna mostly throw it out. I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, so you're
An idiot.
this is not some sort of I don't know what you think this is, but you think you can eat what you want here. Like there's food, there's a whole kitchen. I'll show you around.
He smiles and says, about the 3rd rule. I do what you say.
Are you trying to be like a monkey's paw?
That's a little insulting.
Like, what do you mean? Like, are you saying that you're going to obey the spirit of what I mean, or are you going to say you're going to be pedantic? And
I'm saying that you are in charge of what I can and cannot do, mistress.
Word. Well, then I'd like you to take your cue from the robot kid and just be a kid. Go do kid things. Live your life. When I need you, I'll call you. But otherwise, make yourself at home. Eat, bathe, please.
He frowns a little at that one. Okay.
Well, you're a kid. No. You're sticky right now, so yeah.
Oh. Very well.
If you need something, ask. We got you.
I need permission to undertake my studies here in the mortal realm.
What type of studies?
All young royalty within the Goblin King's line study magic. I do as well.
As long as you do no harm to my friends and I, and you're not malicious in your intent, you may study.
He smiles. Okay. Wasn't high on my agenda, mistress. He bows. You can tell he's still feeling a little put out by the whole situation.
Yeah, I know you don't want to be here, kid, but you are. Make the best of it.
Very well. He nods, bows to you once more, and then goes to his duffel bag and unzips it and begins pulling stuff out. Way more stuff than should be able to fit in it. Is there any way I can set up a cauldron in here?
I don't know if in here is the best place. Let's find you another room for that sort of stuff.
All right.
Please don't put him in the kitchen. I just made friends with that lady.
I mean, this place has rooms on rooms on rooms, right?
Oh yeah, it's got bunches of rooms.
Yeah, find some place that'll be suitable for your laboratory or whatever you're going to call it. And, don't burn the place down. Don't blow it up, but have fun.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, no destruction.
So nothing injurious or permanent is what you're saying.
No destruction.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The goblin continues to unpack, leaving you to go about your day. Once the morning meeting, you see between Adam and the ops team is finishing up by the time you guys are arriving. And the ops team looks a little like a lot of them look hungover. some of them look worried, and whenever you come in, you can see why. Adam is still in bad shape. Like a lot of the arthritic shake has gone out of the cat, but he's still like got significantly more white around his muzzle. His fur is kind of ratty still, and patchy. His good eye is a little bit milky as well. Yeah, he's just he finishes up. The first time you've seen him actually drinking like a glass of milk instead of whiskey, and but you quickly realize it's a White Russian as he puts it down. Oh, good. Hey, folks, I got like a special side mission for you, if you don't mind.
What you got?
After our fight last night, a lot of fight got taken out of me. I don't know if you could tell, not doing my best.
You need a little bit of juice?
Yeah, but not. I don't want anything that's gonna like send me into overdrive again. That shit hurt. I'm out of cigs, is what it is.
You're sending us on a cigarette run?
Well, these are very special cigarettes, are they not? Where do you get them from?
They were made for me by Dr. Wondermind. Once my power started fading in the 70s, he helped me, keep on an even keel by making these. He shows you one of the package. It says Dr. Wendy's Super Cigs, radium filter, 100s. He's like, Dr. Wondermind, he is unfortunately amongst the missing after the big whole shebang with the aliens. So I still have a case of them, though, back where I was living before, and I would love for you folks to, nip on over there and grab them for me.
Yeah.
Wonderful. He turns to Duncan. Duncan, put in a call to Cat. He nods and begins to go to work. He says, yeah, it's a place called Valhalla Sunset Estates. It's about 7 miles outside of Carson City, Nevada. he gives the coordinates to you. Actually, you basically have them at your ready before he even gets them to you, defrag. Like it's advertised as an exclusive exclusive planned retirement community with on-site medical staff. But there's no actual contact information on its website or indeed an address. And Adam gives you the directions, which standard GPS tells you is a munitions dump.
That's nice.
If you guys want to nip on there, someone will meet you, take you to the lockers where I keep some stuff from the old days. He goes into what you think is a hairball fit, but you realize it's just a cough. And when he straightens up and gasps for breath, any old time would be great. Maybe before lunch.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
So now
we have instant transmission abilities, so we can take care of this now.
Good. I'd probably teleport in outside.
A little bit outside?
Yeah.
That's the plan. And so I will open a portal to outside the area.
You open the portal and the bright streaming. Oh no, wait, not bright streaming. In the early morning Nevada sun, streams in that golden dawn light.
At yourself. As soon as we get there, I will open up pretty much an SUV
Okay.
that we can drive on in.
Defrag generates a vehicle, and you guys begin heading that way. As you're coming up on what you are clearly getting a lot of warnings from online services as a dangerous munitions dump. Do not come any closer. You see a sign that says Valhalla Sunset Estates, a planned retirement community. Underneath it, a nice wooden sign, a little bit faded here in the Nevada desert. And once you come up, you can see that in the hills here outside of Carson City, there's a small, very small little community filled with a lot of little houses and a very obvious barbed wire fence around it. High. You get to the gates. And there's a fellow there who is wearing a more like medical version of the Crusaders of Justice Ops team jumper or jumpsuit at the gate. He says, "Are you the East Coast guys?"
Flash credentials. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't really need it. He looks at a lot of you. I didn't really need a lot of ID. But yeah, go on in. Cat's waiting for you.
Slowly put my wallet back in my pants.
Drop on in.
A pretty spacious parking lot that is mostly empty, except for a few like facility vehicles and a few personal vehicles of staff. And as day finally breaks over the hills, you are greeted by sort of a short, energetic woman wearing a similar attire as the guy at the gates. She waves you over. Hey, she's got like her hair is styled very large. She's got a big bouffant kind of.
Hello, Marge.
A lot of time on hair and hairspray in the morning to get this very, very Nevada look, or this very Texas look in Nevada. Hi there, I'm Kat Hogarth. I'm head nurse here. Come on in.
Proceed forward.
She smiles at all of you as you come in. It's so nice that we're getting visitors. I am very sorry. This is very short notice. So you're going to have to wait a few minutes while some of the other day staff shows up. Here, come follow me. And you see that there's a lot of people out and about in the morning. You see a couple of old folks like tending to like small gardens in front of their little houses and things. And you see some orderlies pushing folks in wheelchairs and things like that. And she leads you to a large central facility. She's like, "This is our primary medical clinic, and we cover all our residents' needs here. We've got a little grocery store. We got a little movie theater. We got everything here that anybody really want. But we are having a bit of a staffing crisis since that whole alien thing. Hey," she waves at somebody who waves at her. "So I am having a little bit of issues doing, some very essential rounds. So if you guys don't mind sitting in the visitors area right over there, and I will be back in, I swear to you, less than an hour. I swear. Please."
Do you think you could just show us to Adam Cat's locker?
That is the problem, and that is a problem that we will have to address in 1 hour, because locker is our term here for lock up. And a lot of these folks here, I assume you have you gotten the rundown from Adam?
No, he's just in dire need of his medication.
Right. Oh, that is so sad, but he is such a good kitty. Oh, I don't think he likes it when people say that. Anyway, we are a facility especially designed for people of your and I guess my type, who have reached the end of their sort of careers and want a place of anonymity and safety and attention to their special medical needs to retire to. You feel a burst of air go by, followed by a loud crack and a yell. "Oh, damn!" And over there in like what appears to be like a coffee bar kind of area, you see a thin old man with a walker suddenly appear out of nowhere. He's got his arm on his back. He lets out a groan. "Oh!" You see Kat turns. "Mr. Reed, I told you not to do that in here. You have not had your weekly treatments, and you are not cleared to use those powers." He smiles. "Oh, we got visitors here, I see." He says, straightening his back up. "Well, why don't you introduce yourself and maybe some of the other residents? I got a lot of work to do. I will be right back. I am so sorry," she says, backing off and then sort of backing into a hidden elevator and then disappearing.
Well, that's concerning.
The old man turns. He just says, "Ooh, man, they are minting the heroes weirder and weirder these days." No offense.
Well, I wasn't offended until you said no offense, and now I'm not sure if I should be offended or not.
No. It's just we couldn't be quite as open as you back then.
It's kind of like when somebody says, well, let me be honest. I didn't question their honesty until they said that they were now going to be honest. And it's like, has everything they've ever said to me been a lie?
No, just whatever follows, let me be honest. That's the lie. Usually, in my experience.
Huh. Well, I guess that's true. Huh. Now, I hadn't really thought about that. I don't suppose one of you youngsters can make me a cup of coffee. I am not going to be able to move for another 5 minutes. So while things settle down back there.
Can I ask what's wrong with you?
Oh, just real bad arthritis. It's chronic.
I will generate a cup of coffee for him, a medical cup of coffee, and hand it over to him.
I'll throw a healing grenade
I
at
was
his
about to
face.
say, it's just a coffee cup with a healing grenade in it.
He takes a sip and you see him smile a minute. He's like, "Ooh, that's warming me right up. Thank you, young man. My name's Stanley Reed. Sorry, professional name. Are we using professional names? Mr. Swiftly.
Oh,
We'll look him up.
Cosmic Knight.
Hmm?
I am Cosmic Knight.
Cosmic Knight. I feel like I've heard of you before. You," he points to Cyber Squatch, "I have not heard of, at least in specific."
Cyber Squatch by name, Cyber Squatch by profession.
Huh. And he turns to Defrag. You are Mr. Coffee?
Nope. Defrag.
Oh, you know how to
Computer.
I have some PDFs I'm meaning to look at. I need you to open them for me.
Digital abstract art.
Huh. Well, that's nice. He begins to walk much slower now as Walker in his coffee. This stuff is really doing me wonders. And he begins leading to you. He's like, "Yeah, we are the early birds here at the rec room. Come on in, I'll introduce you." He turns. He says, "Oh, I didn't even notice you back there, young lady. I'm sorry. Standing behind all these hulking gentlemen."
No problem. Name's Bubblegum. I'm new in town.
Oh,
And it gets
I like that.
worse.
He walks you guys to the a rec room where you see the first thing you hear is a woman like sort of like squealing in not terror but like just alarm. "Ah, no, damn it." And everybody in the rec room is looking up, and you see high on the ceiling there is a woman just sort of stuck there.
Use a force construct to bring her down, or actually use the telekinesis and bring her down. Move
All right.
object.
All right. Defrag, you see the woman, she's, as you begin using your power, she goes, oh, thank you. Oh, I think it's wearing off.
Make sure I hold it so she doesn't crash to the ground.
Yeah. No, she thinks what you're doing is whatever it is having her
Okay.
work. She's like, "Somebody hand me my tether, quick."
I will reach over with my 15-foot long reach for anything that looks like a tether.
Yeah, you see next to one a wheelchair that has like a short, about 6 foot, padded chain next to it, and you see it once you give it to her, she like hooks it onto her belt. She's like, "I keep forgetting to put this thing on when I get up in the morning." She pats her hair, and you can tell like she's a woman reliving or still living in like a different kind of era, makeup wise.
50s, 60s.
Yeah. Stanley introduces you. "This is Mabel Blandon, the Fighting Angel," she says. And this one you do know because the Fighting Angel is a pretty common like tattoo you see amongst superhero fans. Sort of a buxom, blonde-haired woman with like little wings in the back and a massive flaming sword. This lady is short and dumpy and wearing too much makeup because that was literally 60 years ago.
The 90s?
No, 60 years ago was the 70s. Or the 60s, excuse me, or late 60s. Yes,
Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
There's a very sizable guy in a mobility scooter. This is Van Crawford Jr. Formerly, he speaks up, Fat Man, the human flying saucer. Which has everyone in the room looking at him for a second. He's like, that was my name. I went by it. It was popular. This, incidentally, is a real comic book character I am repurposing for this campaign. By the way.
Really?
Yes, it is.
It was Batman the Flying Saucer.
Fat Man, the human flying saucer. You can just look him up. Fat Man, the human flying saucer.
I don't know if I want that in my search history. Google might start showing me some stuff I really don't want to see.
Over in the corner, you see a thin woman with a cane sitting at a chessboard across from a dog. The dog is looking down, and the dog looks up at her and says, "How does the horse move again? Like a L." All right, I'm gonna move the thing here that looks like sort of a missile. That's the bishop. All right, I'm gonna move it up one. That is not how that moves either. Have you taken your pills today? Mm-hmm. The dog looks up at her and says, "I take pills." Stanley says, "That is Sandra Smith, the Wonder Waitress, and Professor Canis, the world's smartest dog." He turns to you and says, "And these are the early risers." Oh, wait, sorry. He goes to the back of the room, and you can see there's a man sitting under a blanket with something moving around underneath it.
Oh, no.
Just rapid up and down movements.
No. Just like
spot.
imagine a body with a blanket over it, and it looks like there's something like rumbling around, like the head is moving in two separate directions at once.
Sort of like if a Medusa was dressed as a ghost.
Yeah, I guess, yes.
There it is, Frakes. There's what we talked about.
I did it though. I got it right that time.
That is Headmaster X. You hear two voices come out from under the blanket. "Pleasure to meet you."
Oh.
You got two heads under there?
It's supposed to be three. Hold on. That's one. Damn it! Have you seen a head floating around in the halls?
No, but I'll keep an eye out for it.
He whips the blanket off and off the top of them and says, "It's always so damn cold in here." And you see what appears to be like a man, an elderly man's body with no neck and a pair of heads that are kind of orbiting around each other above it. But there's an obvious gap there where a third one clearly should be.
That name's pretty on the nose.
Oh, he showed up with 5 heads. I hear he used to have 10 back in the day.
Sheesh.
What happened to your heads? Says the Fat Man, the human flying saucer, or rather Van. "Tell him what happened to your heads." 5 got blown up by various superheroes. And I got here and one of them got the big C, so we had to put it down.
So depressing.
And then one of them just left me.
Do they all look the same?
They all look like they are heads of the same guy, but each one is glowing with a different color energy. So there's a yellow one and a blue one. He said presumably there's supposed to be a red one there now as well, but he doesn't seem to know where it's floated off to.
And they're all disconnected.
They're just floating around.
So he's a Doulahan Hydra. Got it. I can't help it. I can't help myself. I don't mean to be this way, but I can't help it.
I must make my own comparisons and analogies.
I have to.
Oh man. So anyway, yeah. So you meet the little crew there, and they are more than happy to have visitors, and they're more than happy to bore you with their old timey stories. You get the impression that Headmaster X probably wasn't on the side of the Angels for most of his life.
No.
Well, he said he lost a couple of his heads to heroes.
Yeah, and he's the most snappy and belligerent one. He's got the personality of a villain, but he doesn't really have the oomph or the drive. He's basically, you're guessing he probably checked himself here for safety reasons and a worry for his own health.
Just heavy boomer energy.
Yeah, like you're guessing he felt like he deserved to be here, even though it's for superheroes. And they just let him in because,
Because he gave him the "my head died of cancer and the other one left me" speech.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Yeah, come right this way, sad man. Here's some biscuits and gravy.
The man in the mobility scooter zoops over to you and says, "Oh man, so what's it like out there? They don't really give us a lot of news. Some people see the disaster on TV, and they ain't all there anymore. So they want to go off half cocked, and their powers don't work." He's looking over at Mr. Swiftly. He's like, "I know you're talking about. My powers work fine. I can turn into a flying saucer anytime I damn well want."
Too.
Another shapeshifter. Fantastic. We don't really have enough of those kind of people, our kind of people represented.
Right? And Boo Boo goes,
Unfortunately, I'm still an old man who has mobility issues, and so, I turn back into myself, and, I'm not much good doing things that a flying saucer can't do. The only person that seems to have perfect mobility and is in good health here seems to be Wonder Waitress, Miss Sandra Smith. She is a thin lady. You can see her like digging around her purse, and she like peels off a nicotine patch and slaps it on her arm. So, you folks came here for a visit? Do you have a family member here?
We have come at the behest of Adam Cat to retrieve some of his belongings.
You see the crowd kind of perk up. Adam the Cat? Hot damn! He's out there doing the old job again. I was shocked when he volunteered to leave. I swear he was about ready for the old pet cemetery. You know what I mean?
I don't like where this conversation's going.
The Wonder Waitress looks over the crowd, kind of rolls her eyes. She's like, he was real popular around here. He liked to sit on laps. People like to get warm. It's a fixture on laps. Mm-hmm. He drank a little too much for my taste, and his stories are really bawdy once you get him going.
That's kind of what we like about him.
She says, my powers, unfortunately, have stopped working normally, so I am stuck here because they don't want me doing what I used to do. Even though I'm better at it than ever before. Serving up justice to the criminals. Wonder Waitress. That was my gimmick. She seems a little... She's real bitter. Nope.
Our waitress today in real life was 70 years old, and she was polite, but I think she'd had it. So that's who I'm picturing.
Yeah, kind of that energy. The others go about asking you questions about how Adam's doing. He's been gone almost a year. They thought he might have kicked off finally. Professor Canis, the world's smartest dog, perks up from staring at the chessboard, which he's still kind of playing over there, even though the Wonder Waitress has wandered off. He's like, cat. I had a roommate that was a cat. Talked a lot. Wonder whatever happened to him. Wonder Waitress turns and says, he's Adam the Cat. They're his friends. He's alive. He's fine. I don't like cats much.
That is frankly surprising. You seem like such a good-hearted individual that you wouldn't like cats. Is it the four-legged part? Quadrupedalness?
He looks up and says, no, they smell terrible.
Oh, it's just Adam. It's the radiation and the booze.
And the being a cat.
Yeah. Professor Canis goes back to it and says, how does the horse move again? I don't know if you can tell, but Professor Canis is having memory issues. But will you tell Adam that his old coffee clutch is still hanging around waiting for him to come back? whenever he's ready. Some of us might even still be alive when he does. They all kind of grimly cackle at that. Even Headmaster X, one of his heads sort of guffaws. And the door opens up, and there you see, once again, Nurse Cat Hogarth. The hour has flown by, or rather, the 45 minutes has flown by. So I'm sorry, I got through that as quickly as I could. I hope you had fun meeting our morning crew. They look up at her, and she's like, I'm going to send the coffee around. I'm busy. Follow me, folks.
Sure.
Do.
There's a short walk to a hidden panel on the wall, which you've already seen before. So she just touches a portion of it. It slides away. She's like, it's not really, for security. It's just aesthetics. She steps in the elevator and invites you all in. It's pretty spacious inside. She's like, we have some strange hulking kind of big people up in here sometimes. We are going to the advanced care wing, and once we walk through there on a brief tour, we'll come to the lockup. You go down, the elevator goes down about 10 floors underneath the ground. And once it opens up, you see a much more modern, but still kind of this place is sort of not necessarily like gloomy, but it is definitely lit differently. Everything is soothing, everything is blue, everything is shining steel here. And you see that there are a number of, I'm hesitant to call them cells, but definitely locked rooms. With this one has more active staff in it. You pass by as she's going through. She doesn't really explain anything to you, but you see that there are all kind of rooms with people that you can look into the windows and see that they're under intensive care, and some of them are obviously dangerous. You pass by one room with a little sign that says Professor Sparks, and you see a man in a room with neutral rubber floors. He's the only one of the few of them that is actually up and about. It looks like he's watching TV through a glass bubble while his whole body arcs with electricity. Just like he looks like one of those the Spencer's Gifts, the thing with the lightning. What do you call those things?
Like the Tesla globe?
Yeah, like one of those, yeah.
Faraday cage.
Yes. Yeah, he's basically in a Faraday cage because his powers are just completely out of control. And you pass by another room, some of them glowing with energy, some of them filled with various liquids, some of them completely blacked out. You hear one that sounds like a concert next door is being barely muffled by the walls. And you come to like a little area where there are more mobile of the serious patients. Some of them are completely in like specialized suits. One of them is wearing an especially thick suit that has a massive hose that runs all the way through the facility back to his room. She waves, says, "Hey there!" He waves again, and you can see that he's wearing a name tag that says Kid Corrosion, and you can see that like various parts of his suit are named. One of them is called Acid Sump. One of them is called, he's like his suit has machine pumps and everything. Just a sort of a guy that's not that old, but has no control over the powers that he has. And she says, "It's been real busy down here today. It's getting close to Captain Phoenix's time." And you see there's a large number of staff outside of an observation room looking in as you pass by, and you see what just appears to be an old man in a bed, just going through the motions of dying. He's on a respirator. He's got all kind of stuff hooked up to him. And she stops for a moment and says, "Oh no, I think this might be it." And she steps forward, and you see like a little flicker of flame on the unconscious guy's head flare up, and you see her like lunge for a button on the wall, which she slams, and then huge like blast doors come down over the observation port.
Can I also, before she does that, as soon as I saw the flicker of flame, can I put a digital bubble, force bubble in there to help protect the room?
Sure.
Okay, I will do that.
All right. You feel your bubble from the other side of the blast door pop almost instantly as the whole facility shakes. And like you see that the blast doors are glowing white for a few moments, and then before they start fading out. And you see a few of the staff members take off their hats, and after a few minutes, Nurse Cat hesitantly lowers the blast doors, and you see that there's just a lot of black over everything. You can't really see in there anymore. She presses a button on a panel, and spray jets come in and begin just spraying all the carbonized whatever off the walls. And there in the center of the room, you see a little baby, just covered in water and soot.
Roll initiative.
It's Colin Robinson.
I did not think that would happen. Let's get this open.
Did the Phoenix aspect of it not give that away?
I thought his power was just to come back to life if he died in general. I didn't know it would just start him all over again. Well, that's good news. That's a high point. Let's go to the lockers. She says, I'm gonna have a lot of paperwork to do. And finally you come to an area that is restricted, double restricted. She has to go through several locks and things like that. And once these big blast doors open, she begins to walk down just a big corridor full of it's a youth store, but maximum security. And then she finally comes to one that says, here we are, Adam the cat. And she puts her card into it. It opens up and says, take whatever you need for him. We love our Adam here. We hope to see him. Well, we don't really hope to see him back here, but we hope he's in good health.
He's fine.
Good. Excellent.
Take an inventory of the stuff.
All right. You take an inventory of stuff, and you see there's a pallet of cartons of cigarettes, or Dr. Wendy's Super Cigs. She's like, these are so unhealthy, I guess, for anybody else, but be careful with them and be careful with our boy, all right? You also see Adam's other stuff here in storage. You see a lot of memorabilia that I guess he's gathered over the years, issues of the comic book they made about him. You see there's pictures of him with various celebrities in the 60s, one with him with Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. You see he's got a collection of stuff fans have sent him, kids' drawings and little sculptures and photos. Basically, there's bundles and bundles of fan letters that he's kept.
Adam, do you have a copy? Come back.
You get a sort of a popping sound. He's like, oh no, can't talk out of here. We're pretty secure about this sort of thing. Hold on, I can patch you through. Let me see. She talks to her over her little speaker. Says, hey, can we get a line out for the East Coast guys? Yeah, back to the mansion. All right. She says, all right, you're cleared.
Adam, do you have a copy, Adam?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm awake. I was napping.
We've got your medication, and we're in your storage area. Would it be acceptable if I were to grab a stack of these comic books that have your likeness to bring back to Billy, as he is a card-carrying member of your fan club?
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. And they're not exactly collector's items. Shit. Yeah, grab them. Oh, I guess if there's a little box, you see, it's
Actually, I'll do a hologram of the room and send that back digitally so you can look at what we see.
He says, I didn't know I kept that. But yeah, if you look in the corner there's like a little, I guess it's a jewelry box. If you can bring that along too.
Yeah, sure. Anything out of here that you need, well, we can get it in one trip instead of having to come back.
He thinks for a moment and says, there is a stuffed mouse in there somewhere, and I would like that back.
See if we can find it.
All right. It's a short search, and you find a taxidermied mouse wearing a purple cape and holding a staff.
Hey.
The only thing that really fits the description.
Was that Mighty Mouse?
Mighty Mouse was dressed in superhero garb.
Nah, it's Magic Mouse.
Mm.
Old villain of mine. I don't know. I felt kind of raw about how he went out.
So you had him stuffed?
Oh, I mean, no.
That's a bit ghoulish there, Adam.
Listen. You do battle with somebody for 10, 20 years. You get to know them. You get to know what they like. He would have wanted this. Trust me. But yeah, bring the damn mouse. Here's sort of an impatient tongue click from behind you as the head nurse says, "All right, you got what you need, folks."
I will scoop it up, put it on. I'll create a force construct that we can put everything on, and then pull it on out of here.
Excellent. You see, as she says, "Follow me," and as she's turning around, you see something that she does not see, sort of a floating red head, basically float by her further into the storage facility. And she began walking briskly out.
Should we grab that for 5 head?
Headmaster X.
Somebody with a giant forehead. It's that 5 times forehead.
She starts talking as she's walking out, as you guys not realizing that you guys aren't really following her.
Can I grab the head?
Sure, you can grab at the head.
Do you need me to roll for it, or can I just get it?
Yes, you do, because once the head sees you coming, it begins to dodge.
Hey, I don't mean any disrespect here, Professor X, Professor Head Professor X.
Headmaster X. It's not that hard of a name. Boy, if I didn't have glaucoma, I'd be blasting you with my laser vision.
16.
All right, you're able to grab onto the head over the face, and you feel sort of a warmth on your palm, and you hear mumbling, probably cursing.
I'll readjust him so that he's tucked under my arm like a football. Your body is looking for you.
Those two bastards, those elitist swine. All they do is sit around all day in the day room, drink coffee, and bitch. I have aspirations still. I still have power. I didn't want to come here. It was 4-1.
Oh, that's majority rules there, partner.
Majority. Sorry, I was ganged up on, you say? And I had a fine problem.
I'll turn him back.
Comeback.
Turn him back so that his muffled by my arm.
Okay. You muffle him up, and you begin walking back. By this time, Nurse Cat has turned and looked at you guys, and now that you're finally approached us, ooh, you are slowpokes today. Y'all folks should have had some coffee at the coffee clutch. Oh, wait, I should have had some coffee come down. Ned, could you please send coffee to the damn coffee room?
I'm bringing Headmaster X back his head.
Oh, that thing again, it keeps trying to get down here. I don't know what the hell the deal is. I'm going to have to get you, I'm going to have to get him a rope or maybe a tether like the fighting angel has, something. Why don't you put me in a gibbet like some sort of, you see he's wormed his way out of your armpit, like some sort of, I don't know, jailer, because that's what this place is. It's a prison.
Well, at least you're not in a ball gag.
What the hell is that?
Jeff, use your powers to show him.
Pull up a 3D holographic page of Pornhub.
Oh, geez, this is perversion. Weird perversion. Flick the page up.
Go to the 5th tab. That's where the good stuff is.
Show him how people comment on these.
Well, he's exactly the kind of guy that comments on porn.
Yeah.
He's a villain. Anyway, as you're walking out, you hear a voice shouting back after you. You! I've seen you! You hear a sigh come from Cat. Oh, boy. He's out again. She turns around, and you see a man wearing, like, a bathrobe and not much else, really. Like, it's not even tied. He's got no slip socks on. That's it.
It's like when Cosmic Knight first showed up.
Hello.
Only this is an obvious man in his late 70s. I've seen you. He points at you, Cyber Squatch. I saw you. I know what's coming. Your body shattered, bleeding, blood and steel. Oh, dire is your fate.
Can I get a look at him and see if I recognize any markings or anything?
No, but he is wearing a name badge. It says Futuro, the Super Seer.
Huh. Okay.
He begins shaking his finger up at you, his eyes bulging, and says, "There is no choice for you now. You must be exiled. Your future is a life outcast from your kind."
Yeah. That's my past, actually.
Huh? What? God damn it! He looks like he snaps out for a minute and quickly ties his robe closed. I'm sorry, son. I went into a reverie again. Thought I was seeing the future. Are you okay? Did you make it?
Mostly, yeah. Thank you for your concern.
Yes.
And for closing your robe.
Oh, sorry.
I'm getting through. How are you?
You! He turns to Cosmic Knight.
Sweet, it's my turn.
I have seen your past. Your dark secrets are no secret to me. I see you battling and killing your own kind. You will be a murderer of your kin. You have murdered your kin. You. Who are you?
Cosmic Knight.
Oh, wait, you're not the gold one? Sorry, the light's here. It's funny. He nods off and begins to wander away.
Well, that was fun.
Your idea of fun is confusing.
Oh, that was sarcasm. I'm sorry. I know I don't usually practice that method of speech, but I have no other way to process these particular emotions.
Bubblegum, yeah. You feel a finger in your back. Hell awaits you. The forces of darkness amass against you on this world. Everything will hinge on your decision to is there a restroom nearby? My stomach is killing me.
Just down the hall.
Thank you.
My man just needs to boo-boo, then he'll be better.
Yeah. Then he'll stop pointing out everybody's problems.
Yeah. Death curse! God damn it, not again.
You hear from down the hall. Doom awaits you. It's this way. It's right here. Look, it's unisex. That's why you can't find the men's room. What is this perversion? The head nurse, Kat Hogarth, lets out a sigh and says, "He usually ignores you if you hold your breath. I don't know what is really the deal with that, but it saved me a lot of dire predictions, or embarrassing revelations. That's all he seems to know. Let's get upstairs. Please do not take anything he says seriously. His powers are off the charts. Batshit." I don't know how else to describe it scientifically. As the door opens up.
I can't remember what he said.
A bunch of ominous nonsense, mostly.
You're being surrounded by darkness. Beware. Bad crap's coming your way. And Cyber Squatch already blew up and got put back together, and he's no longer allowed by his people. And Cyber Knight, Cosmic Knight.
Oh man, we have to leave. We have to leave you here.
Well, what I'm saying is, Cosmic Knight apparently has a brother or relative called Cyber Knight. That's some gold-looking guy in armor that slaughtered a bunch of his people, and is now apparently heading this way.
I didn't pick up on that. I thought he was the wrong superhero.
I read between the lines.
The elevator opens up back into the day room, which now has a few more old-timey capes milling about. You see the coffee clutches in there still arguing and yelling at each other. And when you go to drop off Headmaster X's head, the head is sort of gravitationally pulled towards the body and gets in line with the rest. He's like, I almost had it too. Our old equipment, our old power, our old costume. They have it locked up down below. I snuck in. The other two heads like, oh, would you shut up? Drink your damn coffee. The old timers give you one final goodbye, and the fighting angel wheels herself over and releases her tether a little bit to rise up to kiss. Let's see, the kiss Cosmic Knight on the cheek, and says, "You give that to Adam for me, and tell him I'm still here waiting for him. My lap is always ready for him when he wants to settle down and nuzzle and just relax."
I definitely will.
Fat Man, the human flying saucer, gives you guys one last word of encouragement. He's like, "We snuck a few looks at your notices." He holds up a smartphone that he thinks he has hidden from the staff. You kids are doing a good job out there. And
thank you for
that. After that, you have the palette. You've got Adam's memorabilia and the comics, and you can head on back to the Drake Mansion. Once you get there, I assume you're going to portal back.
Oh yeah.
Once you get there, Adam begins digging through the cartons and pulls out a box that is bright green compared to the rest. And he says, here we are. He made these in an emergency. He shakes the box. Yep, about 3 packs in there. All right. He pulls one out, rips it open, flicks one into his mouth, and lights it up with his pretty feeble laser vision.
Do we need to take you outside for this?
Oh, no. There's just a little bit of a boost that ought to get me back where I need to be. He takes as he takes a drag, and you see his body kind of tighten up. His muscles kind of fill out. His fur get sleeker and shinier. He exhales. He never exhales much smoke. All the stuff that goes in him stays for the most part, except for a little bit of wisps. Oh, that's the good stuff. I think I might go on active duty after a while, after we're done with your training and everything. Speaking of, I got good, possibly, depending on your attitude about it, news.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Anybody want to guess?
Sure. Yes. Wait. Good news. We've got Christmas break.
No. Hell no. Christmas is always a working holiday for superheroes. I don't know where you get the idea that it isn't. The conference of heroes is going to be held in Old Swisslockia this year, and we have been asked to show up so that we can do you guys can get your final assessments, and you can technically graduate to your own team, pick your own leader, and you'll be official. Your grace period is over, and I have given you all glowing reviews. on paper. All you got to do is show up. The leadership should rubber stamp everything, and then you'll be official. The real official Crusaders of Justice, East Coast. I will go back to my, I guess I don't know what I'm going to do after that. But anyway.
So what happens when we don't show up?
I mean, you don't have to show up for you, but it's, I feel like it's time you guys met the leadership and everything.
What if we got an excuse like the world has a problem that we got to go save?
Oh, well, obviously.
Which we know that's going to happen. Just like we thought Halloween was going to be a fun event. And it was.
Overall. I mean, I did take a bunch of shots to the kidneys, thanks to some of you, but.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no. You did good.
It was all good fun.
Yeah. At any rate, so yeah, we'll go to New Swisslakia. You guys get your officiality, and then it's off to space for a little bit of extra training.
Space?
Yeah, we gotta.
Swisslakia is in space.
No, it's basically got our only legal launching area.
We met a guy that can give us a ride to space, right?
I can take us to space.
Yeah, but we met a guy who could take us to space.
Yeah.
The flying saucer guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, man. Is he still around? He hasn't kicked it, has he? No, it's all.
Oh, he's still okay.
Actually turns into a flying saucer.
Oh yeah, no, he can still do it. I had him do it for me in the yard once. It's impressive. Of course, you gotta get orderlies to come put him back in his damn scooter afterwards. But
your former roommate was still around as well.
Oh man, Professor Canis, the world's smartest dog, right?
Yeah, he's not. His memory is not great.
His memory was never great. The world's smartest dog is a pretty low bar, let me tell you.
It's a valid point.
But yeah, so yeah, we have like sort of a pact with the Space Hawks, and we also supplement their defense of Soul Space.
Are those the fellows who are partly metal, partly real?
No, those are the Silverhawks. That was a cartoon.
Oh, right. Silverhawks.
He settles back. He's like, "Don't worry, you'll ace every little bit of this. You'll breeze through the ceremony, then it's off to space. You'll do a little training. You might fight an alien or two, and it's back to Earth and back to the gigs." In the meantime, he turns to Duncan, who is it looks like he's on the verge of tears. He's like, the ops team is doing a little fill-in work, and we'll pick up there, or we'll pick up next time. I know this episode wasn't exactly action-packed, so we're going to call this issue 15. Storage.
Oh, what a terrible name.
Old folks storage.
Yep. So who wants to come up with a cover for it?
I got a mental image in my head, and it's like the lobby of a nursing home. You've got a harried looking nurse over to the right, and all the weird superheroes in their depressingly aged glory.
Like a geezer action shot.
Yes.
That same thing, but us as old.
That's funny too. Anybody else?
Yeah, I was thinking it would be a classic, old school shot of all of the people we met in their prom.
No, that'd be cool too.
That's even better.
And then the back cover would be the same characters, but now trying to do the same pose.
Oh, I love it.
That same thing, but us.
Variants, a lot of variants for this issue.
Just
a lot
the
of
back
saggy
cover.
spandex.
The people who didn't make it, it's just a tombstone.
And one baby.
And one baby.
One baby.
Captain Phoenix, now a baby.
Now baby Phoenix.
All right. Jeff, did you have anything to add, or are you good?
I'm good.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Join us next time. Click the links. Have a good evening. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Ta-ta.